Hello again, welcome to another edition of the Real Ale Guide. We have got supposedly one of the best beers in the world on the show tonight. As you can probably see from a distance, if you've got a keen eye, the bottle has got no label. All the information of this beer is on the cap. It is the fabulous, so they say fabulous, Westvleteren or Westvleteren 12. I need to get this cap to focus. There you go, the 12's at the bottom. It's got a freshness date, I think it's 24th of the 9th, 2013. Sure is. It's just got, it says the words Trappist beer around the neck. Let's see if I can get you to see Trappist beer. And what that means is, oh look at this, we haven't even got a glass out. What that means is, I'm going to use my nice meantime glass for this one. I'm going to carry on, I've forgotten what I was going to say, but no advertising on the bottle. The reason for that is that they make enough of this stuff, enough of this Trappist beer to only keep themselves as going as monks. They wouldn't be monks, they wouldn't be able to afford to be monks if they didn't brew beer. They also, some breweries make cheese and all sorts of different things. Some breweries make bread. So I remember what I was saying now. Basically it's a Trappist beer, which means it's made by Trappist monks in Belgium. So believe it or not, monks brew beer in Belgium. I'm going to get this beer open and then we'll talk a little bit more about the history. Wow, there was a lot of fizz there. There was an awful lot. And we're going to get some in the glass. It's 12% ABV, as I might have mentioned. It's described as a Belgian quad as its style. It's in a 330 centilitre bottle. So what are we getting? Small one finger head. It's very dark to look at. Almost, well, you can't see through it at all. It's very dark. Aroma for the Westvleteren or Westvleteren 12 is absolutely mind-boggling. If it tastes like this, it's going to be a wonder. 10.2% ABV, alcohol by volume. I'm getting dark cherries, dark fruits, tiny little bit of the spirity nose, slight hints of dark chocolate malt. Cheers. My oh my. That is one complex beer. That is something else. I'm going to try and break the flavours down in different segments of my mind. The initial hit is of dark toffee, followed extremely quickly by dark fruits. It's very deep fruity beer. I'm having a fantastic warming sensation in the back of my throat or my neck from the alcohol being 10.2%. But you wouldn't be able to even put your finger on it. If I poured you a glass of this beer, put it in front of you, asked you to drink it, and then tell me the percentage, you probably say 6 max. But the way this beer has been made and blended, you wouldn't dream of thinking it was 10.2% ABV. It's wonderful. So there's no advertising on the bottle. There's a very, very good reason for that. Now, the Trappist monks at Westvleteren, the brewery, or Westvleteren, excuse me if I pronounce this wrong, they don't advertise at all. Basically, it's a monastery where in some parts of the monastery they brew beer. The only way you would know they brew beer is in the actual monastery, is with a small sign outside, very, very small sign, saying what beer has just been freshly brewed on that week or on that day. I believe it's not a full-time brewery. They make enough beer to survive as a monastery. If they didn't, they wouldn't be able to be monks. So to be a monk and to pay to be a monk, they brew very, very good beer. Now, as I understand, Westvleteren or Westvleteren 12 was introduced in 1940, just before or during World War II. It is the only brewery left in Belgium which has got its original copper vats, and all the brew kit is still the original copper, original features. What happened with the other breweries, because there are a few other Trappist breweries in Belgium. I'm just going to take another sip. It's very, very nice. What happened to the other breweries was the Germans occupied them. They took all the copper out and they used it as ammunition, and also they used it for weaponry and machinery for World War II. The reason Westvleteren or Westvleteren was saved is the Allies were able to get in. The British and the Americans were able to get in and take the brewery before the Germans did, and they used it as a kind of a makeshift hospital during the war. So basically all the innards of that brewery, which I think dates back to 1890, excuse me if I'm wrong, 1880 or 1890, yeah, it's still got all its original copper brewing kit. This, I've watched a few beer reviewers on YouTube review this, and I've thought to myself, can a beer really be that good? A very well-known British beer reviewer, or a blogger now, said it's probably the best beer in the world. I don't think you can say that. I really don't think you can say that, because there's so many different styles, good styles of beer out there. If you ask me personally if this is the best Belgian beer I've ever tried, then it is by a clear margin. It is better than the Chimay Red that I've tried, and it's better than the DAAS Amber and the Blonde that I tried. The way this beer has been brewed has got so much quality and so much thought and so much care gone into it. The brewery don't advertise on the internet. They don't sell their beers on the internet. basically they only sell the beer at the brewery. So it's an extremely rare beer to get your hands on. Thank you so much. This is the last in the series to the tribute to the fans. Thank you so much to Brian Mojave, I believe, from Northampton. We were talking over YouTube, messaging each other, talking about good beer, and he said to me, would you like to try, I've noticed you've not tried Westvleteren 12. Would you like to try it? I'm willing to send you a bottle, and thank you so much for it. Thank you so much. It's given me a real opportunity to try such an amazingly good and rare beer. So it's time for a rating. For its style, Belgian quad, it is fantastic. I really need to talk more before I go. I really think that I should talk more about the flavours. I've given you a lot of the history. Let's get the nose once more. So it's almost got like a nutty brown nose. In fact, it definitely has. And it's very silky. It feels extremely pleasurable in your mouth. It's so smooth, there's no aftertaste at all. There's also taste of caramel. But the dark fruits are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. For me, if you absolutely nailed me to a post and said to me if you had to give a rating for this beer, if you had to put all the Belgian quads, all the Belgian beers, all the German beers, the IPAs from America, the pale ales, if you put them all together and said to me, you need to pick a beer, then I'd say no, this isn't the best beer in the world as one category, but so far as a Belgian Trappist quad, then yes. But no, I think there are better beers out there. So this, for me, it's not average by any means. I think a lot of it is, remember as a kid in the schoolyard, you had the top trumps, the cards, and you deal them all out and you try and collect the best. If you say you were playing with the Transformers top trumps and you had the Optimus Prime, that would have 10 power, 9, that card would be the one card to have. It's kind of this in the beer world where you really you love your beer, you review beer, you really want to try it. It's extremely rare, so not many people have a chance to try it, but I think I'm going to go 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I'm running out of time, so thanks for watching another edition of the Real Ale Guide. You can get in touch with me on email at realaleguide@googlemail.com. Facebook is www.facebook.com/realaleCraftBeer. Twitter is www.twitter.com/realaleToday. 8 out of 10 for the Westie 12. Thanks Brian for sending me the beer again. It's quite wonderful. It's quite wonderful. Always leave your comments. I'll always answer. Subscribe if you like, and cheers.